So guys, just to give you a little overview, and sorry for the delay in making videos and everything like that. I got the green w124 up and started working on that wheel arch and found a bit more than I needed to find, and actually ended up getting a kind of like a 2-day illness. And I think I do put it down to, I was working in here with the doors all closed and I was scraping, wire brushing off all of the underseal. And it was creating this kind of smoke. Now normally I'd have a respirator, my respirator's just missing at the moment, and my throat basically closed up and I got this kind of flu-like symptoms. But just to give you an idea, you can see all of that coming out of it, the black dots or the treatment stuff I would have put in. So I have a little inspection hole there and I've got another one there on the sill, and then there's one just up there. So I basically just cut out the rust. Now there's a bit more to do once the subframe comes down on that car, but they're the three parts there. I had templates made up and everything. Like I can see this piece here. I know it's all black because I've been treating it with rust stuff while between things. I will need to leave that until the subframe comes down, and I'll get the other two done while I'm still using the car. So that's sort of been taking up an awful lot of my time. But I got this the 210 in, and that was a bit of a pain because it was sitting idle for a long time, and there was an ABS fault and an SRS fault, and the car wouldn't start because of that. And then the wheels were slightly seized on, so that was a big job getting that in. A lot of effing and blinding and sweat. But anyway, I got it in. And there was a question that I got asked on the Irish conversion forum. And I think it's mainly for guys in the Land Rover side of things. But basically, it was Mark Ward, I think, who is the administration on that Irish forum side of things. And what he wanted to find out was, does the engine sit level in this in the Om606 or in the w210s, or does it sit off tilt? And I can actually confirm. So what I did was, I don't know how scientific it is, because I don't have. What I would have loved to do was put my level to it and even it out and be able to give you a degree of off, but the batteries have gone in the level, so I can't do that at the moment. But what I did do was I measured from the sump pan mating surface, so basically just the very bottom of the block, to the ground on this side, and then the same from this side to the ground, and it's amazingly tilted, this. So I got, currently the way the engine sits, I got 1810 from there to there, so 181 centimeters, and this was 170 or some 187. So there's a 6mm tilt going that way. And now I wish I could tell you what that is in a degree of thing, but I don't. I literally, the battery's just gone on that that level that has that ability, and I don't know even if I put a battery to it, if it'll even come back on, because it was left out in the rain and that kind of thing when we were building the shed. So yeah, that's the story. Have that up there. Had a quick look around it and everything like that. This front intercooler is shot, but as I said before, I was going to go with the 300ZX intercooler. So I put one there and one there on the w124, and then run a single pipe joining them, and they'll operate out of there. Now I did notice also this has the oil cooler, which the NA doesn't have, so I'm going to have to pull that pipe in, and hopefully that will be transferable, or maybe this pipe, does it turn to a flexi pipe at any point? I'm not seeing anything there, but it's quite possible that I will be able to go into the local guys here, which is Clark Machinery, who do up hydraulic hoses and stuff like that. And as long as it's not a heat sensitive area, the internal temperature of the oil is fine. It's just they don't want anything, it being close to an exhaust or anything like that. They can make you up hydraulic hosing for quite reasonably priced, and it's so reasonably priced you can wing it and see if it works. And if it doesn't, go in and get another one made. And they're really nice guys in there, so I'll be able to use that for that side of things. That'll be not a big deal. Gearbox, I'll take it out, I'll keep it. Might use it in the end. Hopefully not. Hopefully my life will be a little bit easier than that. The exhaust system has its original cat, and then it just works the whole way down a straight pipe. It's pretty badly welded up here, by the way. Seems to be a case of people with these Mercs are probably buying them cheap enough and maintaining them cheap enough, so they're doing stuff like stick welding exhausts. Anyway, so it's a straight pipe the whole way down, and then just one single muffler on the back, and that muffler is a Chrysler unit, Daimler Chrysler Aluminox unit. So it's obviously an aftermarket unit and double exhaust out of it. Now, the reason I'm showing you the exhaust system on it is because Chris, you had asked about it online, because I think you have a straight pipe on yours at the moment, just in your garage before you started using the car, and you weren't happy with it being so loud. Well, this sounded pretty much like a stock vehicle. I wouldn't have had any inkling that it was a single muffler on the back there. Only that now it's up, if you know what I mean. So that might be a good system. Unlike you, I prefer to have a very quiet, everyday kind of car. I don't want to be drawing attention to myself. I don't want to be sitting in traffic and for everybody to be noticing me, rather. So yeah, and that's the w124 that we're using. I'm getting fonder and fonder on this car, even though I'm finding more and more rust. But I think that's how it goes, isn't it? The more work you put in, the more fondle you get, even if it's not worth it. So yeah, I might use the back box on that actually, just because it looks to be fairly substantial. Although now looking at it, it's got the same rust issues. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it at that. Sorry about the lack of videos. It's kind of slow enough going here, sorting out that rust, and then I was out for a few days with a little bit of a dose. So I'm only back at it now. Made up a couple of templates anyway, so we'll get that all welded in, and then we'll get on pulling this. I want to wait until I have an engine crane here, or hoist, and obviously a gearbox stand as well to actually fully remove that, but I can start stripping it down. And what I was thinking of doing was I might strap a GoPro unit to my head and do a time-lapse video or a fast-forwarded video of me actually going to work on it. Just because that might become useful to other people, though I'm a bit hesitant because I'm not a mechanic, so I don't want people judging my way of taking apart a car. But on the flip side, I think if I were me, I'd love to see that close-up footage of somebody actually stripping it down and then what they actually had to remove, and being able to go back and pause that when I get into trouble myself. So let me know, guys, if you'd like a detailed video of it being taken apart and are willing to forgive my amateur mechanical work, let me know. Appreciate you watching, guys. Thanks. Bye.